That's not even my dog. All right. Welcome to
We live.
another episode of Bullishious with the Cryptonistas here. Myself, Stephanie. This is
Shelly Tiger,
And
Shelly
Alexis.
Tigre,
Yeah, we're the Kryptonistas here. We
and
come here
Lisa.
once a week
Aw.
to give you the latest and greatest of crypto news, information, and we're just really trying to create a community here of people who want to learn about crypto, want to build their crypto portfolio. And if that's you, then you are in the right place. Thank you for being here. We have an awesome, amazing, we have so much information for you because, last week we were just getting ready for the holiday season. We were bogged down with all kinds of things. So we took a break last week, but we are back. All right, we had a great Thanksgiving. I know y'all probably had some good food. I had some good food. While we were not celebrating Thanksgiving in particular, we were, it was pretty much I know a lot of natives across the country were what they were having a day of mourning, honestly, for what Thanksgiving really is all about. It was a particularly terrible event in history, but we try to. At least I try in my own personal life, try to just have a good time with whoever I'm around and eat some good food, make some memories. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're going on today. Before I move on, I want to remind everybody that if you join our Bullishious group chat and Telegram, you will be qualified to enter this or to win this Nano S. This is a ledger. This is how you become your own bank. And you can win this as well as 60 XRP, $60 worth of XRP. And we're going to be giving this away at Christmas time. So make sure you join our group chat and qualify. Enter yourself to win this because, this is going to get you started.
Yeah, we're drawing names from the Telegram chat. So the giveaway is for YouTube, but the way you get your name in is to join our Telegram because we could just put that into the randomizer on Google.
Y'all get that ledger because it's gonna be a necessity one day.
Oh, Shelly, hit them with the news, that ledger news that just happened before we get into meat and potatoes.
Are we talking about the hack that had happened with the back in July? That
With
one?
the ledger.
Oh yeah. So like it's good to have a ledger because yeah, there was a hack where they had got people's email addresses, but they weren't able to get a hold of or mess with anybody's cryptocurrency because with a ledger you get a recovery sheet, which is like 24 words, depending on what type of ledger you have or hardware, and it's like they weren't able to access that cryptocurrency because they did not have those words. So that is also good because who is gonna memorize those 24? I mean, you, but nobody can get into it. You can't guess
Yeah,
24 words
can't
at one
hack your
point.
brain, right?
Yeah, like so that's smart. It's good to have a ledger because you want to take your crypto off of the exchange because in time there's gonna be another crisis that they say is going to be worse than the pandemic, and that crisis is going to be a cyber attack because when that time does come to where everybody's on this crypto wave, and that's the new way of the currency. Everybody's trying to, hop on, get that. There's gonna be people trying to take advantage of people that don't know nothing. So if your
So
stuff
we're
is
here to
up,
give y'all that knowledge to set
yeah,
y'all up right.
yeah. So like
Don't get got,
your
okay?
crypto don't get stolen by. They said it could happen to the people that are ahead of us. Say like China, Russia, Iran, South Korea. Like those people, they're going. They know what's going on. They make that jump, but the U.S. is dragging their feet because we got a lot of stuff going on in the U.S. So like it's
A
good to
lot of
kind of
old
keep up.
people in
Yeah,
office.
don't let the U.S. just be your source of information. Look at what other countries are doing.
Be
Look
a
at what
global
they're
citizen.
Look, be global. Look around the world because
Hey,
most people are into things that we didn't. The U.S. hasn't got into yet, but it's on the way because
Like, look at
everybody else is
Japan.
doing it.
Japan is like our closest allies as far as being in the United States. They're trading with Bitcoin already. They're already abandoning fiat, you know? So
mhm.
it's happening, guys. Oh yeah,
U.S.
but
dollar.
try to keep your crypto off exchanges. They could be as trusted as you want, but not your keys, not your crypto. If it's on an exchange, you guys, that exchange could shut down for whatever reason. Because that's a point of trust, and if there's a single point of trust, there could be a single point of failure, and you could lose your crypto.
BYOB.
Like, be your own bank, guys. Don't
And
don't
if
let the
you use
exchange be your bank.
that, come on into the crypto community that we have created here with the Bullishious Kryptonistas. And click the link right now. Click the link right
Yes,
now
Join
in
the
it's
the
good to
Telegram
have.
right now.
right
Yes, so
now.
this ledger
Come
is going
on
to be
in. We're
very
waiting
important.
for you. We're just waiting for you to come on in. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. Like, come on, man. It's a free ledger. Like it's a gift.
It's
And
pink too. I don't know if I think it's cool.
hey, if it's pink, you don't like that color, just paint over it or do
Right?
something.
Get a
I don't
Sharpie.
know. Make
Get a
it work.
Sharpie draw on it.
Give it
Put a
to your
Tape
sticker.
around it, get
girlfriend
colorful
or
paper, tape it up, make
give
it
it
yours. It's
to
your wallet.
give it to somebody, if you don't like that color. But
Yeah, be like, hey, I got me a Nano X, so here's my Nano X. It's pink.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like the Nano
thank
S.
you.
I was
It's
like, I
good to
wanted
have.
a color
Yeah, I have
one.
the X right here. Look, guys, it's nice.
Yeah.
It comes with a cool keychain.
Hey, hold up, hold
It's
up,
just
hold up.
it's plugged up to my computer.
I
It's
just
pretty
was
nice.
like,
I'm in there with you.
I don't want a boring big black one. I was like, I want a cute pink one. So that's why I
This
got
I
it.
was
like black.
really technical.
I just took the keychain off.
But it is also good to always
I'm
have a
trying to find
backup as
mine.
well because you know backup plan always good to have. So if you got another ledger, you can save it because there's people that buried their other ledger just in case something happens because you never know. You never know.
There's people that keep it in bank vaults.
Mm.
Like, they keep their ledger and their paper safe inside a
That's how
bank vault.
valuable this thing could be. It could be this small, but so much could be on it.
It can have millions.
In time, so much could be held on this little device. That's the way the world is gonna be.
That's the
Everything's
power of
technology,
crypto.
and it's look. You don't see it no more. That's small but powerful.
Doing
Crazy.
magic tricks, Shelly.
Gone. See that? Y'all don't know where
Wow.
I'm
Oh yeah, tonight we're also going to be discussing the Bitcoin standard with us here at Bullishious with the Kryptonistas. We have a monthly book club discussion, and all month long we announce the book that we are going to be reading and that we are reading, and we try to remind everybody throughout the month that we're reading it and that we're going to discuss it on the last live stream of the month. And this is the last live stream of November. Time flies, and we are going to be discussing
Dang already.
standard. So I think we've probably been doing this show for like a month now.
Yeah, this would have been our fourth stream if we weren't super busy. So we're gonna make this one extra special for you guys.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so we're
Because a
just
lot has happened last week. I'll tell you that. A lot has happened in this
So
world.
much has happened, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of glad we took a break because so much happened in the meantime, in the
yes,
interim. Oh my gosh, y'all
yes.
not ready for it. Y'all not ready for it. We're about to drop it on you though.
The whole world is changing right in front of our eyes, and if you don't see it after this episode, y'all gonna see it, and you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm. You're either gonna be, we're all gonna be witnesses of what's happening. You're gonna be prepared or you're not. And we hope that this kind of helps you get prepared in a way.
And even
Because
if you're not watching from the United States, don't take your country's news as the only outlet. Like Stephanie said, like let's be global citizens and look at like examples like the Bahamas. They already adopted it. China's already adopting, this digital currency. It's the new wave. It's the digital decade. We're entering it. It's happening. So we don't want y'all to be left behind. We want y'all to be on board with us. All right.
Yep, the
Hmm.
It's
revolution will not
happening.
be televised,
Whether you want
y'all.
it to or not.
Yeah, the world keeps turning, no matter what we do.
Well, what's this
You
news?
cannot stop advancement.
Yeah. Dang.
What you eating?
I know I'm about to put it out. I'm like,
Shelly say eating something as we
But this book, you guys, this was a really heavy book. We had no clue how heavy, how many huge words and concepts and everything, how long this book was going to
how
be.
much
Like, you want to talk about meat and
history?
potatoes? This book is meat and potatoes. Okay,
Yes.
it
It's
was
like it
a lot.
was a great I mean, I was gonna say it was a great book to start the book club off with and
Yeah, right.
our career off as cryptonistas. I think it was a great book because
like
just
like this book, it goes into like the first half of the book. I'm gonna say 2/3 of the beginning of the book. It's talking about like the history of money, what makes money, what constitutes what people think is money, right? It's evolved. So why would it stop
uh,
evolving? You know?
it's a great foundational book and it's a lot, it's dense, and the discussion is very academic. But if you get through the book, even if you got to listen to it how I did, like hours and hours and hours, it's worth
Yeah, it's
it.
over 10 hours of listening on Audible. Hashtag not
It's
sponsored.
great though. It's a great experience because I come out on the other side. I mean, still have a little bit left of the
You have
end.
emerged enlightened.
yeah,
Yeah,
you understand why things are happening the way it does because it's happened way back when, like Roman
Yes.
time. Like this
Yes.
has been going on,
Ancient
and
Mesopotamia.
hmm and it's just
yeah. That's
a
one
new
thing.
way, but
Yep.
same thing.
Yeah,
That's
people's
one thing I walked
confused and
away.
anxious, but it's all history repeating itself. And it's just got a new book cover on it, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly. New
nothing's
editions,
new under the sun, as they
remakes.
say.
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
it's a remake. Like you know how they remake original movies,
Hmm.
and they're like that. And I hate remakes, but you know,
I was
Yeah,
thinking
so
about
like
Harry
the
Potter,
problem
like
with
first edition book, second edition, then they put the movie cover on it, you know? I'm a book
yeah.
nerd. I'm a book nerd.
Yeah, so like even though it's at the Bitcoin standard, you understand reading this book, you understand, okay, it's not just the fact that it's Bitcoin, it's what it stands for, why its purpose is. Like, you have the gold standard, and in time, we were gonna go back to the gold standard, but like they say, in a cryptocurrency type of way. Because, they say if you love your country, you wanna get your precious metals, your gold reserves, and for the economy, like because like your country's economy, you want to be set, you want to be safe. So it's good to buy gold, copper, silver, crypto. Like
Platinum.
yeah,
Platinum is on the up.
the U.S.
We are
dollar
not
is
financial advisors.
yeah, not financial advisors, not financial advice, just sharing some info, what we know. But anyway, so like
So what did
the
y'all think
U.S.
about some of
dollar
the
is getting
primitive monies?
weaker. It's crazy.
like shells, bones.
Yeah, do we have some
Oh
images we could pull up for some of the primitive monies?
yeah,
Because
they like show how the currency was, in time. You see the different types of currency. Like you said, with the Native Americans, the glass beads, and it was trading. Trading's been going on for centuries. Like we got this, let's trade this for that in order to get some things. Like it was always going on. There's always a way to make a payment, and it's
yeah, you're
just
talking
on.
about the barter system that we used to be on, right? Primitive civilizations on the barter system.
Wait, what happened? Sorry, I didn't catch your first part.
The bartering system where like say I got
Yeah,
this pencil, it's
yeah,
13
barter.
bucks. I want a good dinner. Like, give me
Yeah,
a steak. It's $13. That's like I'm trading things for things.
yeah, like something of use, something worth something, like it's gonna do them good, so they take that as pain, like it's like the seashells in the book. It talks about seashells, and because a certain type of seashell, one that was hard to really
To find.
uh get a hold of. Yeah, so that it made it valuable.
Yeah, that's the thing about currency is that it's all it has to be is something that everybody agrees it is.
Agreed.
Something, yeah,
Yes.
everybody has to agree that that thing has value, and it has to have some sort of value that people can agree upon.
Yeah,
And it has
everybody
to,
has to agree on it. And we see that with Bitcoin, which is kind of what the book's about, is like over when the Bitcoin was 2008, right? When Bitcoin first became an economic exchange, when that guy bought that pizza,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
Um,
10,000 Bitcoin for a $25 pizza.
this dude, I seen it on the news. He paid for his haircut in XRP already. XRP.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, wow.
I'd
Years
accept
later,
it, shoot.
they're gonna be talking about how much XRP he paid for a haircut. Like once that price goes up, same thing with Bitcoin. Like you bought a pizza for that. Like,
Hey, that's a good barber. His barber was on the crypto if he was
oh
able
yeah, he
to
was like,
accept
I'm
it.
that XRP. We good. I got you with that fresh cut. Light it up and
Right?
all.
Here go my
Like,
ledger. Here goes my
like,
public
wait.
keys.
Yeah, they even have I was looking into that universal basic income. Remember we've been talking about how that's been going on in different country where they're testing it out on a certain field community,
I
but
know I
they
saw it in London. I know
yeah,
you mentioned another place it was have Turkey. Was it Turkey?
no, it wasn't Turkey. I think it was it wasn't South Korea. Uh, I'm not I can't I
I know
can't put it.
London was one of the places, but yeah,
Yeah.
proceed.
Oh, but it was in China because they were doing that experiment. They give a certain amount of their people citizens to test it on, but they can only do it in a certain area. They can only use that universal basic income that they were getting, which is like monthly. They were getting 200 in order to do like regardless of what happens, they were given $200 to kind of do what they need to do, but that could only be spent in their area, their neighborhood, like for businesses in their neighborhood, they could only use it there, and that was to kind of grow those businesses as well, kind of like help with that. So it's like it makes you think like, okay, so are they gonna try and like keep like a y'all can only spend this here and this over there. It's like so many ways they can go, but they're trying, they're giving us this universal basic income to kind of like settle our worries down about how we're gonna get money, how we're gonna get paid. We don't have a job, we can't do this, and it's just there. It's a lot behind these plans, and it's just you got to kind of keep looking into it to see where they're going with it, because they're always planning something. They got a plan, they got a blueprint, but they're moving with how they want to move. So
The thing about it is that the Bitcoin standard talks about is how throughout history governments and those in power always they use their currency in order to make people think the economy is one way or the other. So like how they
Yeah, it's
have right
manipulative.
now
It's
like
manipulative.
quantitative easing, and they're like
yes,
printing
yep,
more money, printing more money, so people think, oh, and they're giving out stimulus checks, but the thing is like those are the telltale signs, like as we saw in the Bitcoin standard over and over and over
It was
throughout
during the
history.
Roman times. After they ran out of people to conquer, they couldn't just take everybody's money anymore. So their actual profits actually stopped. What they said, there was a point when the sun never set on Rome. How huge and massive their empire was. They ran out of people that were profitable enough to conquer, and so the people who were profiting off of their war, the money kind of dried up. They couldn't just sit around conquering people anymore. And so what did the government do to make it look like they still was having that money coming in? They started artificially
Inflation.
inflating it. Exactly, and they was on the gold standard back then. That's what the Bitcoin standard is, a play on words about the gold standard, like Stephanie was talking about. So it's like, what did they do? They had gold coins, and they started taking the content of gold out. Right, you can't just have pure gold and give that to people. It's too soft. And you can't like mint
What
them,
is
like
that
put.
called again? There's a term that they use for it. I can't remember what it's called. Shoot, when they'll take off some, it's like called something. Hold on.
Minting?
Is it?
What's it
What is it
minting?
called?
Well, minting
Mint?
was when the government stamped it and said, this is guaranteed, this much amount of gold is in this coin, guaranteed. And we will
Yeah, so you
accept
don't
it,
have to
guaranteed.
weigh
That's
it
minting.
anymore, or like try to weigh it all the time to see how much it would be worth. But there was, who was it? Where they were like kind of shaving off the value of it or
Yeah,
something. That
there's a term for it, and I can't remember what they call it right now. But yeah, I was
I
trying
can't.
to find it, but I can't find it.
And just so y'all don't think I'm crazy, this is my $13 pencil. That's I've had this for 4 years. It was worth it. It's still working. All right. It's imported from Japan. That's why it was expensive.
And yeah,
Wow.
some expensive pens though. Like they be, phew. Like will it write itself?
Can I share my screen, Steph? For the I got some of them shells pulled up.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it. You can just, it says share screen on the, it doesn't say it on
What?
yours?
Yeah, check it out. Can you see it?
Okay.
Ooh, there it
Yeah.
goes. Look at that.
Woo woo.
Yeah, like we have ancient shells that people used to and what is it, like natives, ancient natives, they used to have these shells as because they were seen as rare and valuable, and everybody agreed, so they would use them as money. Um But then, the colonizers came and they said, "Oh, y'all think shells is money? We got buttloads of that." And they just like in the boatloads, yeah, just like take all of our shells. And the people was like, "Oh, this is money. Yeah, that's right. This is money. We'll take it." But it turned a hard money, which was the shells. They were hard to find. They easily broke. And so that's why it was valuable to these people. But when you just like artificially inflate that system, their economies just broke down. Their societies just broke down, and they actually took a step back in advancement. And that's what happens when you have all of this supernatural inflation, not supernatural inflation, but like all of, I don't want to say hyperinflation because that's something different that we haven't seen that yet. But if we keep going, it's got to
Artificial.
get there, you know?
Like this the way, because of how high the stock market is now, it's not normal. Like it's that's way up there. That's why you got all these high investors, these big billionaire investors selling because they know what's about to happen. The class, they get the inside info, or they already on. They know what's going on. So it's, I mean, you watch what they do, you getting a hint of, okay, something about to go on because they all selling. They all selling their stocks. Like it's crazy.
Was it
And
called a debased coin?
Yes, debasement.
the base
That's
point.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. That was
debasement
gonna
is
You
bother
found
me.
it? No.
Yeah, I had to go find that term out. I'm like,
Yeah, debasement is just a general term. Like whenever you make something less valuable.
and they would do
Yeah.
that on purpose, um, like annually, debase coins in order to, because of inflation. Inflation is not a new thing. It just happens naturally when you don't have like sound money. That's
When you,
the I
oh,
think
that's
that's the
not what I meant.
main thing that I learned from this book is unsound money and sound money.
Yeah, hard money. That's where the term, I thought it was so cool. It popped in my head during listening to it. People, y'all heard this term. Y'all probably heard this term, right? Type it in the chat. You heard this term, cold hard cash.
I
Oh,
heard that. I even hear that from. I hear it in movies. You be hearing it in
Yeah,
movies. It's
there's
like,
a reason. It's because that term comes from. Look, this is me. I studied to be a linguist, so all of this is very interesting to me too. Like where things come from. Why do people say things, right? Um, it came from when gold was the standard. People used to have gold. They said, "I want cold, hard gold," because hard money it's difficult to find. Like these stones over here, these native tribes over here, they use these stones as their store of value. And you could see it would have it was just a small community, so it was easy for just like the ledger in your mind. The community was a unified ledger. People said, yeah, this stone is mine. I'll give you my stone over here in exchange for a house. Now this stone is your stone.
And
This
it's
is the
cool, like
value.
that involved the community, because there's still like I was watching the crypto inside the crypto kingdom, and there's like an island of people who, that's pretty much how they do transactions. It's all like a community ledger. You know what I'm saying?
Island of
So
stone money. That's what it is. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like if there's a transaction that happens, people are like, oh, okay, yeah, we know he has the stone and that he's giving it to him. So it's therefore verified by the whole community, which is like what happens on
Mhm.
blockchain without
Yes.
people, you know?
Yes. But everybody's being honest. That's the only way it works.
Right. It's a great island. Like everybody there just loves each other and they're happy and blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
the way
Can we
that
all
we
just
can,
get along?
yeah, that's why
They
I'm so
do,
excited.
yeah.
That's why I'm so excited about blockchain in general, because
Yes.
I'm
They're
excited for
bullishious.
the future. Like I don't like I was at one point just super excited about the investment opportunities, but like I'm even more excited about what this blockchain technology holds for the future in general. Like innovative technology, how it can create free and decentralized communities.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
of. The future.
Oh, that's what. I remember that. He was like, future. That's
But in
crazy.
all
Yeah.
seriousness, it is the future. Like people don't be trading stones no more. Maybe this people still do, but there's a reason why it's evolved. Because what happened in the book, like we said time and time again, there's so many examples in this book of what happens. Like look at these people; they were living peacefully. They had a strong store of value in these stones. You could see the weathering on these stones, and they withstand the test of time. And that's one of the things, one of the important things in money that you need, that society needs to know, that like seashells and stuff, like they don't last that long, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
say
yeah.
that like any money that can be produced and is like just like a limitless, any currency that is limitless and easy to obtain does not make sound money.
which
This
what does that
is-
sound like, guys, when you heard her say that? Is it so right
True.
here,
If
here
we
you
could
go, here's
all
my
make
money.
money, we could all have a machine in our room just printing money. Because that's basically what they're doing because they're allowed to do that in the Federal Reserve Act.
Their
And
authority allows them to print their own paychecks, you know.
it's
And
crazy.
we see that happening time and time again, right? So here's the glass beads. Y'all was talking about easy money. Oh, let me maybe say Africa, because that's where it came from. The glass beads in Africa, they use them as money too. Maybe it's something like this. These look pretty old. Oh, this is from the Vatican. Oh, that's crazy.
I know even
But
in our culture, Seminole culture, pretty much like the beads were a currency
Hear
among.
me? It's a, huh?
they were a status, definitely. Like the more stacks you had of beads, like the more status you had, you know?
Yeah, and you could also trade with them as a current
Yeah.
material. Yeah,
So
all of that.
but what happened time and time again with the glass
What's it,
beads,
Baba?
with the stones, what happened was, colonizers came over and they said, oh, y'all think this is money? Well, I got a whole buttload of this back home. Let me bring it over and just dump it into
But
your
hold on, I'll be right
economy.
back. I'll be
You're
right
good,
back.
Shelly. You're good.
No,
Yeah,
I was just saying what they were saying. Like, let me go get my stones. I'll be right back.
and
Yeah,
even
right, exactly. They tried to take the value from these like primitive peoples, that in their minds that's what they thought. They're like, oh, you think this is money? Well, they try to take the value that was in these stones by bringing in the stones, because these were hard to find for people. They had they didn't have this. This is not a native stone to them. They have to bring it in, and it's hard to make them, and it's hard to destroy them, and so that's why it was a store of value for these people. And then colonizers came and they just gave them all these stones. And the chiefs, they knew money, right? They were smart. They knew that. They said, they even made it in a decree. They're like, no, the money that they're bringing, that's not real money. That's fake money. They said that. It looked exactly like these, right? But the chief said no. They understood that valuable money, hard money is more valuable than easy money, which was they were just bringing it in a boatloads. That was too easy. And the people, some of them were like, oh, this is money, give me, give me, give me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so rich now. And it just completely destroyed their economy.
Yeah, and so they started trying to find other more reliable.
Yeah, like
Yes,
y'all ain't
sir.
gonna come in here and ball on us like that. No, like that ain't real. But
So
Yeah,
that's what happened in Africa too. How easy is it? Italy is known for their glass making. That's a European country, and then they go and try to get into Africa, and they started just bringing in a boatload all these glass beads that the people were using as their money, um, and it just ruined their economy. And people go back to is subsidy living, right? When you produce your own food just to survive. You don't even have the money really to go to the store. The stores don't got money to start up and have people bringing it in to pay employees to work there. I think it's called it's like subsidy living or something like that.
I got my beads.
A
Hmm.
I'll trade you my pencil.
Hey, let's go.
But yeah, it's like time and time again, whenever you artificially inflate something that people agree is hard money, um, it destroys the people. It destroys their well-being, because now no, it's not valuable anymore. They don't have anything of value anymore. Does
Yeah,
that
and
sound familiar to anybody?
yeah, like you can even buy gold off websites. Little pieces of gold. Um, Steph, you had sent me that website. I think I can't remember what website, but you can actually buy gold and what'd you say, like own gold, like pre-owned gold too, and it still has that value. Like so, even when
yeah.
things go wrong with because like the U.S. dollar is getting weaker and weaker, so like it's
AP
good
Met,
to have backup. Like secure yourself, your family. Be prepared. If it,
apmet.com. There's another website that I know of that's pretty credible. But yeah, you can
Yeah,
go get some.
we'll drop it in the Telegram,
They
guys.
have Black Friday sales. There's a lot of Black Friday sales.
ooh yeah, Black Friday, Cyber Monday too. Cyber Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna get on because shoot, Black Friday, crazy.
I know
Have-
Udemy is selling some courses for way cheap, like courses that are worth like 110, $190, and they're going for like $10. I just bought one that's on blockchain and blockchain technology for $10.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to skim through that Udemy because that's all kinds of sauce in there, like
Yeah, they got like
reality.
coding courses. They got. I was like, I want to learn about blockchain, and I want to learn how like I can use it in the future. So I bought it. I want to get the. I wanted to get another one that was like $12, a little bit more, and it's on Ethereum, because Ethereum is pretty like that's the technology that pretty much is like really changing the world right now, and it's
Ethereum is Bitcoin 2.0.
Yeah,
right,
that's what
and
it just said.
it's
We call it
like,
Bitcoin 2.0. Yep.
yeah, when people talk about like, I don't know, in my mind, when people talk about like quote unquote anarchy, like actualized, like in a real sophisticated way, I think of Ethereum and its technology, because that's how you're gonna get these little like whole societies that are
That's
able
where you
to.
get DeFi and dApps and all of that. DeFi is decentralized finance. which Bitcoin started the whole revolution, and then
Right.
dApps are decentralized applications, which they almost all run on the Ethereum network.
Mm-hmm.
It's open
Ethereum.
source coding, so.
Yep.
Oh, can you
And
share the screen stuff? Y'all was talking about gold. I brought it up.
oh yeah, and plus we got to talk about that flare drop, that flare airdrop coming.
Ooh. Drop it on
Uh,
Kelly.
oh, true. I know it's coming, but I'm not. You gotta like. I know. Alexis knows how like that whole rundown goes because I still looking into that myself. Cause
I
what
just
I just
seen
heard.
like I just seen an email notification from crypto.com that said, that they were gonna be doing a flare airdrop basically. And I was like, oh, airdrop. I hear that term, and it's on an exchange that I'm already on that I don't have to go like freaking okay. So sometimes when they're doing airdrops, it's on this like extremely obscure like exchange that you gotta like go through all kinds of crazy
Yeah,
down
like
rabbit holes. Like,
Vitalik
yeah,
with Ethereum right now, like you had to have 32 Ethereum just to add it to that address because they're doing what it's Ethereum 2.0 that they're doing to upgrade to the whole system. But everybody had the majority of people had to put their Ethereum in there, and you had to have 32 just to put it in there, and it's super obscure how to do it. I was like, I only got 32. Why am I looking?
that's like
Like,
what, $15,000 at least you have to have
Lord.
that dropped.
And
Um,
Vitalik put thousands, tens of thousands of his coins in there himself.
but the
And
thing is, with this flare drop, all you have to have is XRP, and
XRP.
it's just gonna give you in proportion 1-to-1 flare to your XRP. So if you have one XRP, you're gonna get one flare.
Have
But if
y'all
you
been?
have if you've been investing in XRP for a little bit of time, you probably gonna get an equivalent amount. You will definitely get an equivalent amount of your XRP. You're gonna get flare like
Yeah,
1-to-1.
mentioning XRP, y'all seen that price movement, that price appreciation? Like
This
that is just like it's real. It's
yeah,
happening. Like
it's happened before, but seeing it this time for me,
going on.
yeah, in my own experience, being very
An
bullish.
investor now into that part while it's on a bull run to see it actually moving. If you look at the
Oh,
history of the
XRP
way
is number 3, you
XRP
guys.
Woo!
oh, went from 4 to
Check
3,
it.
what? Well, it's just we on our way, and just
So
to if you
whenever
look at the history
a
of
lot
it,
of
ooh,
people were getting into XRP when it was like 10 cents, 20 cents, 23 cents, and yeah, you see it now. It's at 56 cents, I believe. And then it went to like it got even. How high did it get up to?
it
70.
went to
Yeah,
98
when
on
we had the
Coinbase.
highest, it was
On Coin,
72 cents right here.
yeah, but the thing is too though, the thing about Coinbase is over there. It went to 98 cents because a lot of people were buying XRP off of that platform as well. And there's a lot, they say a speculation saying the reason that price was jumping was because uh, there is the banks are picking up on using this XRP. So like this
Yeah,
people that seen the price move, they're like, okay, there's a reason why this rapid price appreciation is
92,
going
check
on.
it.
The
On
reason this
Coinbase.
rapid price appreciation is going on because it's being picked up, it's being adopted, and people are seeing it. So they're like, let me get this XRP, let me get it. And obviously, when a lot of people catch on, a lot of movements going on, it's gonna be like this until you know it goes back down, settles down for a little bit. But that's just markets move like that, and plus manipulation happens in markets as well. So it's
yeah. That was
expected.
even my bad.
So
That was
it's
even covered
expected to
in the Bitcoin.
happen.
My bad. I was gonna say that was even covered in the Bitcoin standard. I was listening to him talk about how banks, they whenever they're about to adopt a new currency, they'll
They'll debase
they'll
the previous one.
yeah, and they'll go in and
Or they
they'll
artificially inflate it.
No, I'm talking about how they go and they get a lot of the currency that they're going to adopt and they get it at a cheap price. But they then, and he was saying like the best way for them to do it would be for them to do it in secret, which I believe
Yeah,
was happening. And
yeah.
it was happening like over the past few months. And we were covering a lot of that news. I know Shelly was always bringing like the Bank of Santiago or like China and all these banks, they were buying, like XRP, or they were buying Stellar. Um,
Yeah.
they were buying like all these different coins and they were buying them at like big, huge bulk prices. But yeah, it was very hush hush. And the only reason people knew about it, it was not your front page
Oh,
news.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, look, you talking about your phones, it's gonna pop up. It's gonna show you the phone be listening. What you talk about, they're gonna pull up what you looking into or what you
Yeah, the
thinking
ledger,
about.
the Black Friday sale on
Ledger.
Ledger. Yeah, my
Mm-hmm.
ledger, I got this little pack right here, the X and the S, because they say have a backup, right? In case, your main one breaks down, you have a
Yep.
backup. My husband took over the backup, so now I'm about to go on here and buy another pack.
Yeah, when we just talked about, how Stephanie was saying about the banks picking up on this XRP, I know that the SBI, that State Bank of India, their Ripple partner, it's announced, finally announced. A lot of talk about it, but now it's officially announced on the Ripple website that, they're the start of the XRP and other cryptocurrency lending service is called VC Trade Lending. So it's real. It's taking place like bank wise. Like they're gonna come out with contracts and all types of things. And XRP is just like it's getting adopted all over the world. So
Like
you
looking
know,
at this chart, this is from CoinGecko, where theirs is like just widely known. This is where you can get a lot of information just doing your own reading. It happened exactly when the news hit. They made it public. Like it's been known for people who know how to look stuff up. That XRP was made for the banks, right? It's meant to be the inner ledger. It's meant to be the currency that can help all the other currencies coexist. Like there's a lot of fluctuation, so that's why XRP is so great. And Bank of America backs XRP. They are one of the biggest buyers of XRP. Bank of America is what, the number two bank in America, right?
So should we talk about now? I think it's a good time to talk about how in the Bitcoin standard you have centralized versus decentralized and how that affects the soundness of money.
Yeah, so
yeah.
XRP is centralized in nature because it's made and run by Ripple.
As is fiat currency. As
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's
is
made and printed by the central government. So Ripple company makes XRP. They have the final say so on XRP. So it's not centralized.
so
I
there's
mean,
a
it is centralized.
It's not decentralized.
in my head I see these kind of like in two different schools of thought when it comes to cryptocurrency, because like the Bitcoin standard, his whole argument is that Bitcoin is decentralized and it is the answer and the way to a stable society, a more just like safe society, basically. Like it's a better society if we go with the decentralized form of currency. That's like, because then you don't get all these crazy inflation because of greed and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah, crazy human failure. You don't get all of this stuff. But then there's the other side
Yeah,
where
because
people are
there's
like,
always going
but
to be human error. If humans are part of the equation, there's always going to have to be that margin of error because of human error. It just happens. People get tired. People get negligent. It's just, there's so much fluctuation in people. I mean, that's what makes us people, right? But at the end of the day, when you want something to be cold, hard money, you can't have human emotion messing that up.
Mm-hmm.
we have a
Hard
comment I
day.
posted to the screen from Pax Ballesteros.
Hey X, what's
Said
up?
XRP to the moon. Thanks for giving awareness to people on a weekly. People need
Gotta
it.
take us to the moon.
Yes. Shout out to
When
Pax. He's super
I feel
bullishious on XRP. He's always trying to raise awareness about it because even though it's centralized, um, that's what makes banks like it so much because banks are centralized as well. And that's like XRP is one of the first stepping stones that's going to get all these governments to get off their laurels, stop dragging their feet, dragging their knuckles, and actually start doing something about this because it's
one of
happening.
one of the documentaries that I was watching about cryptocurrency, they're like, okay, it makes everybody feel better if the government can have a part in all of this and make their little policies and vote it into law and whatever and whatever. Because he's like, that's cool. He's like, that's great for their soundness and peace of mind. But he's like, they can do all that. But the thing is that this is decentralized finance. It's going to go on and it's going to do its own thing regardless of whether the government votes on it or not. They're going to make all these rules and then they're going to realize that they ain't going to have any power over it.
Word, word. Because like they even like these Bitcoin documentaries are so interesting to watch because you see and you like the whole process of what's been going on. Like technology is coming, it's becoming the new. Like jobs are getting replaced. They're getting replaced by AI. Like
Right.
not I robots. Like World of the Robots, but like it's technology is taking over.
Yeah,
And
like think about they talked about it in the book. So this is why we're talking about this, guys. We're just trying to like talk about like how this actually makes sense right now, what we're going through, right? So like in the book, they talked about how shoot, Shelly, what was you just saying?
I was talking about AI technology taking over people losing
Yeah.
their jobs to machines. No.
So when you make a fake money, right? This is paper money. It's not the gold standard no more. Ever since what was it? Ever since that president, I forget people's names and stuff. I'm sorry. I'm working on it, guys. But that president that took us off the gold standard.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon.
Oh my gosh, listen.
That
But
dude.
anyways, he took us off the gold standard, excuse me, and made it actually illegal. He made it enforceable to illegally hold gold because it actually interfered with them coming off the gold standard. If people had gold still, they would say, "Oh, that's fake money no more. It's not backed by gold. It's not cold hard cash no more." That's where that word comes from. Then what happens is people will just go back to using gold. So what did the government do? Because of their central authority and ability to do this, they said it's illegal for you to hold gold, and they rounded up everybody's gold again.
They knocked down your doors, but like, where to go at? No.
Yeah, and that's what they were doing. Like it was punishable by law to own gold because it was the number one threat to the new U.S. fiat system.
It was a new.
And
It
then do
ain't
you
on
remember
yet.
with Teddy Roosevelt? Teddy Roosevelt, he issued that every single person who had gold when he made it back when he put us back on the gold standard back then. This was after the Great Depression. He was like, everybody who has gold in this country, you got to turn your shit in because they wanted to beef up the United States gold reserves.
Yes, and that's
So
what you see every time. Like we said at the beginning, that these central governments they try to take the money for themselves. They try to take the value for themselves. They try to hoard it for themselves. And you see all these banks, like the Swiss bank. It actually holds like there's this Swiss bank that they literally are holding the world's reserve, like the biggest reserve of the world's gold is sitting in their banks. How much money is wasted? I'm gonna call it wasted because we see a better solution right now. It's right in front of us. It's Bitcoin. It's the Bitcoin standard, right? How much money is wasted in paying for people to watch the gold, paying for people to watch the
to
charts on where it's gold
transport it,
going,
to
to
hold it in a
to
Fort
hold
Knox,
it. How much
to
money is
secure
wasted
it,
to secure it? How much
to
money
get
is
the
wasted
base around the
on
place.
deciding where should the money go? How much money is wasted on trying to create these policies to enforce the other policies about where the money should go, what it should be going towards, and the money's going towards these people just talking about where the money's going towards. It's just such a waste of money
But
Yes.
everywhere.
one thing we should talk about too. Okay, so since we're talking about the
In the book,
energy, we're talking about the energy it takes for gold. But what about proof of work?
Mm.
proof of work. Mm-mm. That's what
Like
Bitcoin is built on.
proof of work
Woo.
is okay. So with the gold coin, there's like all this work that goes into creating the gold coin, and all the coins throughout history is like all pretty and engraved, and it's like, oh, people can see it, and they're like, okay, this is the coin. This is worth something because look at how much work went into creating it. But Bitcoin has the same thing. It does consume a lot of energy and takes a lot of work in order to create a Bitcoin and to
Yeah.
run the system,
The machines
to
to that
validate
you got
it.
all this stuff you gotta put together just to make Bitcoin. A Bitcoin, one coin, it takes a while. Like how long does it take to create a Bitcoin? Like what, a month or
It
Well,
gets
so
slower
as
and
time goes
slower
on,
as
it gets
time goes
harder.
on.
yeah.
When
And
it
they
first,
even said it,
yeah, when it
that
first,
Bitcoin mining, creating
when
that
they
coin.
first started with Bitcoin mining, it was very fast and they were able to make a lot. But as we get closer, or as we get closer and closer to that market cap, the production rate is slower and slower because it's harder and harder to create.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's built into Bitcoin's protocols that every year that it adjusts for the difficulty, the mining difficulty, and that's why you'll see the miners.
It's like
Um,
every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks it adjusts.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, but it's like and what is it like? It's a halving. Like once. So what was the halving that it was talking about, Stephanie? I forget the that it talks about like the halving protocol, like when they halve
Yeah.
Bitcoin or
I know
something.
what you're talking about. I don't know it exactly, but I know that they said every 2 weeks it updates and it gets slower and slower in order to create these
And
Bitcoins.
that's why it makes it more and more difficult, making it. Oh, I wish I would have kept it up there. Making it that the stones, that was hard money. It was hard to find them. It wasn't native to their environment. They couldn't just go dig more up, right? They couldn't just create more out of thin air. They couldn't just print it out. It was hard money, and it was respected because of that. And so that's why Bitcoin is a hard money. You can call Bitcoin cold hard cash. It could apply because it has absolute uh, limit. That's what they talked about in the book. Oh man, talks about the absolute scarcity. Bitcoin
Yeah.
is the only thing in all of recorded history that has absolute scarcity. So the gold standard was the closest society had came to having absolute scarcity because gold is the scarcest mineral on earth.
And the
Um,
thing about it is that he was mentioning is that even though they say that all of these resources are like what is it? They're able to run out. Um
yes.
the term
Well,
that I'm looking for is escaping me, but anyways, they're finite. But the thing is that
Bitcoin is finite.
they still continue to grow in price,
Yes.
and um, or wait, actually, they still continue to decrease in price, and there always still seems to be more and more of the supply,
Yes, so that's
even
what
with
like
this.
gold. That was the only problem with gold, but that was the best solution we had because back then we didn't have the internet. You know, coding wasn't a thing back then. We didn't even have telephones back then, right? Now everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody and their mamas and their babies and their unborn babies. You
But
know,
And
we,
a smartphone be listening to what y'all talk about. Mm.
let me
So
turn it off.
it's
No, I'm
really
just kidding.
smart. It's really smart.
Alexa be listening.
They're like,
yeah,
you
Cortana.
want that? Let's throw this on her feed. Let her know.
I be seeing that, yeah. Like I'll be talking about it, and then my Instagram pops it up, and I'm just like, babe, we was talking about that. Did we have our phones in the room?
I gotta blast some music so they don't listen to what I talk about. Cause they're
Yeah, I
gonna be
know,
like,
right?
oh, gee, they
that's
go talk
Have
about.
Alexa be jamming out with you.
Be like, play
but
music.
but
Put
as
my
far
phone over
as
there.
gold, the gold standard, right? So like that's why the picture. That's why right here, that was hard money. That was those big stones. This is not the scale, obviously, Gold was the next standard. You see the standard, it says this is standard, right? This is the evolution from the bartering system, because that's why money is a vector, so that I'm not, because what if Shelly didn't want my pencil to give me a steak dinner? What she said, what I need a pencil for, I got pencils, right?
Yeah.
But if I had
But
$13, she'd be like, yeah, I give you dinner for $13.
that's
You know?
gold.
So
Twin.
it's so that's why money was invented in the first place. It was the evolution from the bartering system, and the gold standard was the evolution. Like that was the epitome. It was the top. Emphasis on was, because gold, they talk about, oh, gold this, oh, gold's so rare, this and that. But you know what? The annual production of gold is like it's like averages 2% a year. That means the more people want gold, the more time and energy of people is going to be put towards the production and mining of gold. That means how
Ooh.
many thousands of years have we been mining gold and we're still finding gold? Oh my gosh. People want to say the sky is falling. Don't listen to those people.
It's way up
Gold,
there.
we haven't run out of
Y'all.
gold. It's not going to happen, you know?
Yeah, so you guys, I highly suggest read that book if you can.
Yes, there's so much.
Give
Like, just
me
listen to it.
It gives
Like,
you the sauce. Like you could be talking about you could be talking about the terms and everything the way that Alexis just spouted it off, because I remember that part of the book where they're talking about gold.
absolute scarcity, yeah.
Yeah, absolute scarcity.
And
And
annual production and all that.
how it's not everything else. That's the thing with Bitcoin, is that there is a market cap, and it will be the
A
market cap.
hard market cap.
Yeah, it will no there will no longer be any more Bitcoin produced after
Satoshi Nakamoto said 21 billion.
Satoshi.
And that's it.
Satoshi. That's what I named my dog, y'all.
Where's he at?
I told Leon, you name him
I put him in
Satoshi
his face.
Nakamoto. He like, I was like, wait, who is that? Because he watching those anime shows, and he's like, I know that last name, Nakamoto. I was like, yeah, I bet it's pretty common, but he's the one that wrote the white paper for Bitcoin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
He
Bitcoin?
wrote
Yeah.
the code for Bitcoin.
And then when we were reading the book, I realized when it said that there's 100,000, is it 100,000 Satoshis in one Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's like you can how many Satoshis in a Bitcoin? It's divisible by 100 million.
Oh, okay, 100
Mm.
million. Yeah.
You got that
So,
100 on point though. 100.
yeah.
We know it's 100
Off
something.
by 3 zeros.
It's an easy number.
I know, right? Those zeros.
Yeah, so it's like it would be like cents to a dollar.
Yes, that's how you break it down. But this is what I love too, because how we used to be on the gold standard, they talk about like the history of money kind of thing. Like that sounds so boring to say that, but it's interesting once you actually know like how we got to this point, right? It's like we had gold. Everybody tried gold. Everybody tried silver, copper. Did they say platinum? All these other kind of all these other kind of metals. But as far as like gold and silver, there's no real utility outside of like going into space for gold. So that's why you could use it as money, because copper and all that, we use it, iron, all of that, we use it. So that's why like the penny used to be copper. Guess what? It ain't copper no more. It's copper plated. It's got like some kind of fake metals in there and stuff. That's the debasement of money. You've seen it real time. When was that? Was we like in middle school or something, guys? When that happened? When I got the penny, I said this feels like a Monopoly penny. And then they said, yeah, because it's not made out of copper no more.
You can cut a penny in half. Like that, it's crazy. Like
you could see the stuff in the inside, right?
It's like what you could just over you can cut it. Like that's just how
with a scissor.
Set in the inside, nothing. I don't know. It was weird. I seen it on I don't remember where, but it was wild. And I'm like, what? I thought it was like thick and like.
I know. I'm like with a.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you, Alexis, called that Bitcoin dip.
Oh, I for real did, bro.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. Like I don't mean to call people's bros,
So
but I'll just
Don't you still have your
Let
chart?
me. Yeah, I put it on. I think I do.
Yeah,
Y'all about to see
y'all.
my secret sauce. Look away now.
We gonna be.
Like, close your eyes. Don't look at
If
this.
y'all don't
That
know, we're
gold
also
earlier.
traders, and we trade in the foreign exchange. We trade cryptocurrency. We trade indices. And so we learned a little bit. We've been learning. And Alexis, I think, is kind of in the advanced stages of learning. But, she be retaining a lot of these patterns and trend lines and all that kind of stuff.
I gotta
And
figure
she
out
was,
how to turn back the time. Like you can delete some of these, not delete. Like you just pretend like it's a different time. But like let's look at shoot. I don't know how to do it. I'm
I
gonna
love seeing
mess
your
it up.
charts. It's just all like marked up and stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
hey,
so
I'm
didn't
like,
you had that mark and you were like, it's gonna retrace. And this what
Yeah,
this
so
that
let me
hadn't happened yet.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why it's
yeah.
so
So
important to mark up your charts because, like this, you can see.
so if you go back to the all-time high of Bitcoin, this was back, you can see at the bottom it says 2017. Um,
2017.
this is just the daily view. Sorry,
I
I'm zooming in,
remember.
guys.
I remember
Ugh.
that when that was happening. I was at Target and people were
You're
all
at
talking about
Target
Bitcoin and everybody
at
was
the
like, let's buy
Target.
it. But the thing is, you do not buy at the high, y'all. You buy at the low. Buy low, sell
Buy
high.
low,
Look,
sell
guys.
high.
Look, the
Yes.
people who bought Bitcoin way back here, all this little baby price, you can't even most see it. This was when Bitcoin was at $600 back in 2016. This is when actually we seen a lot of movement in Bitcoin, but then boom, 2017, it just exploded. So anywhere, 2016, 2017, y'all seen this move. Y'all just saw boom, rocketed all the way up. It has
Man,
not reached this level. Wait, 19,887. I don't
Yep.
know if it's past that yet. It
So
hasn't
if y'all see
marked
it
it.
break that level of resistance, that's a
It's going to
resistance.
the moon. It's
It's
going to
called
the moon.
resistance up here at the top,
resistance,
the ceiling.
resistance.
If it breaks that, we
Ah,
going to the moon, y'all.
But yeah,
Okay?
I just marked it up because we're in a similar environment with Bitcoin right now. And the whole reason why we're looking at Bitcoin versus all these other altcoins, which is alternative coins to Bitcoin, any of them that's not Bitcoin, is because whatever Bitcoin does, everything else does
It's
for the
called
most part.
coupling.
Coupling, yes. So the whole market follows what Bitcoin does. Oh, here's a nice line to put right here. So while I'm talking about it,
Y'all getting the sauce from Alexis right now on how to mark up these charts. Okay.
so I marked the all-time high is marked over here 2017, all-time high 2020. Well, that was before, and like all-time high of last year was only like half, right? So let me zoom out. So that's where I got a lot of my marks because we're in a similar area as that.
dang, Lex, you could be an educator on them charts.
Oh my gosh, let me
For
just go
real.
back to
For
the
real.
4 hours. So if you break it down into the 4 hours, I'm sorry about this jumping everywhere, guys. When we were, what is this, November 20th, I was like, there's no way it's just gonna keep going up like that, right? I was like, this is crazy. Like, look at this. It's just like a straight shot, like from all this
Yeah.
consolidation, and it just went flam, just like it just shot up. It's crazy. Like in the past 2-3 months, some people's crypto has like doubled, tripled, depending on when
Triple.
they got in, right?
Quadruple.
Triple, quadruple. Like people are seeing crazy percentages, and I seen this consolidation happening, which was the days following the 22nd and 23rd. I said, no way, like it's gotta drop out. Like I had a feeling, right? And I'm like looking at these levels. These levels is from previous years. This is from back in 20, what I said, 17. Yeah, all time high
No,
2017.
16. You said 2016, I think. Yeah.
2017 was when it had the
Okay.
highest right there. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
okay,
it's
okay, yeah,
almost
yeah.
there.
And 16 was the lowest. Okay, there you go.
So we're not financial advisors, guys. All right, I didn't go in on this at all. I was just like, nah. People who's been in this for 3-4 years, they know more than me, right? Whatever. But you know what? I marked up my chart. I said, this is, this is a reversal pattern. I said, if you go out, look right here. It got right here. This is where you should have entered, and wham, it just dropped out all the way. And these are markups from like previous levels, this is where there's like money to be had, and people want these prices. That's what this is price. It wants it to go down to these levels because this is where you could get money. There's money to be had in these areas. When things are consolidating, there's no money. Like the money's getting taken up. So it wants to go back to the areas where you can get money. That's in a nutshell what it means. And some people even are starting to say now, I called it back here, guys. People were like, "Oh, it's going to 20,000. It's gonna just keep going." And I said, "No, I don't think so. I don't think so." And it did a little fake out. It faked out. Look, this
Shelly,
little.
Shelly just dropped out on for a second, and now she's back.
I know. I was like, oh, what happened? Then we
Oh
ran out of
no!
time, and I get back on y'all talking. I'm like, damn, it's me.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at my
Play
chart.
cool. Just play
Somebody done cut
cool.
me off. Yeah.
I
I
was
was
like,
looking
just
at it
be
today
cool.
too, and I was
It's
just
okay.
like, I feel like it's gonna. This is just me, right? I called it back here, like back around the 23rd and the 24th. I said it's dropping out. It's going all the way to the 1600s, is what I said. Look, and it touched right here, 16304. And people's like, okay, now it's going back up. I don't think so, guys. I think it's still trying to get some money. It's trying to get some money. Look, you see the lack of lines, all these spaces. That means, like, as far as how I do it, that means there's money to be had in here. And you see that, look, it's just bouncing back and forth. It's collecting all the money, all the buys and sells, all the banks, all the exchanges, all the people, all the, they call them whales, people with the money, the market movers.
They
They're
say Bitcoin,
collecting
right?
their money.
Bitcoin has a 4-year cycle.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
previously,
yeah. For
this just happened quicker than before because from 2017 to 2020, which is right now, that's 3 years. So this year was a little bit faster that
that's
it
like a
hit the
dinosaur.
all-time
I
high.
know.
People were thinking next year it was going to reach these highs, but it's happening faster because things are moving. XRP is moving. You know,
But that's
Bitcoin.
why people are predicting that Bitcoin is going to get up to like 100,000, 65,000, because
So
it's already doing these highs and it's not even the height of the 4-year cycle.
yeah, that's why people think. But even if you don't think about the 4-year cycle as well, you could think of stuff like this is just secret sauce. This ain't the book. This is just us talking, because we love y'all. We want to give y'all some secret sauce. But so this is if Bitcoin were to be adopted by everybody in the United States, the people will recommend like 1 to 2% of your total household, like just regular people like us. Like we're not super bankers. We don't own like
Regular
billions of
smuggler.
dollars. So if regular people like us were to invest just 1 to 2% of your total household income or total household money, whatever that means, just America, Bitcoin would go to 50,000 easy, to the 50,000 range. That's just if and as of right now, there's only 50 million people. Well, with all this news, it's probably more than 50 million. But a couple months ago, there was only 50 million people that had Bitcoin, right? And the price is already this high, so we know people is jumping in. But the other thing too is that if you take in the global economy and you want to say like 1 to 2% of the world's money is put into Bitcoin, that's when we're seeing the 100,000, 200,000 price point for one Bitcoin. So that's just like the science or the math behind why these things can get there, even though, and then take into what Stephanie says. Stephanie says, the 4 years. She's talking about the 4-year cycle. Because what was it? I don't know, the all-time high. I'm not gonna go all the way back there. It's gonna take forever. But the 4-year cycles, we still have one more year to go for
This
Bitcoin.
time next year.
This time next year, like around August, we're gonna start seeing these all-time highs broken. Right, we're already seeing the ultimate all-time highs is right here. Look, boom, boom. It's easy to just, it's gonna come back down. People, that's what banks like. They like to see when price comes back down so they can get in on it. And like
If
what's
it
that?
comes down to 2,000, ooh.
Shoot,
Well, I said when it hit 600, I said if I would have known about that, I would have done bought me a Bitcoin,
like a money.
$600.
If it could come down to just even 8,000, I'm gonna do what I can and try to get me one.
But hey, that's the good thing. That's the good thing about these cycles. That's what moves these markets is, let me back out. Y'all see these lows. All right. Y'all saw this high. People sold their coins. They said, let me bank, let me get my money. And they sold it and it brought the
Right?
price down to
If
here.
they would have just held on, shit. Yeah, I see that.
It's crazy. Like, and then let's go back, to the history. Look at these lows. How low is this price? 3,000, right? 3,000 was a low in 2018. You guys, it's almost at 20,000. We're gonna
If it goes to
try
them levels again, ah,
and look at these lows before that all-time high in 2017. How much is
Close the
this?
door, Bethany.
800. You guys, back in 2017. You
and we
know,
have a comment. It says it's gonna be the media.
that's gonna
Yes.
push it. The media, we see that. The
Mainstream.
media pushing it is what's gonna bring mainstream
That
adoption.
and that's why they telling y'all, oh, Bitcoin is $20,000, it's 19,000, and then everybody go and buy some Bitcoin. Do
Yeah,
not
once the
do
media.
that,
Ooh.
people. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but just please don't be into the hype and go get it at these high prices because investing 101,
Buy low,
buy low, sell high.
right? So that's why
When
this
the main.
cycle that
Yeah.
he's talking about, invest in Bitcoin when it's in your favor. The cycle is your friend, all right? You buy at the low and you can sell at the high. That's what this is about.
Exactly.
In the book, it kind of talked about Bitcoin becoming a stable coin, which is crazy. Like there's hardcore Bitcoiners that's like blasphemy to their ears. Did y'all hear that part? He was talking about that in there. Like he didn't outright say it, but like he was like inferring, when 100% of Bitcoin is mined up, they're talking about it might become a stable coin because there's no influx of new Bitcoin to bring an influx of new investors.
I
Um,
remember him saying that, and he was saying
he was
that
talking about
like
that.
it's gonna be, um, it's gonna be just like once it the mining stops, there's gonna be just this whole, I don't know.
Yeah, there's gonna be no more miners because there's no more bit. This is projection into
That's
2040.
the part
Looking
that I
at
just
the
stopped
algorithm.
listening
All
at.
right, that's in
Right.
2040.
Almost made it.
I was right there. Okay, so
And like
Yeah.
he was talking about Bitcoin could be the universal ledger, that all other coins and
Bitcoin.
currencies are measured against. That's what the Bitcoin standard is talking about because gold used to be the measure that everything was measured against, right?
and
So
that's what the whole agenda, that's what the whole point of the book is. It's called the Bitcoin Standard. So this man is highly arguing his
four.
he's arguing his case that Bitcoin is the answer to all of society's problems
And
because yeah.
yeah, yeah, like it's crazy. Like Stephanie's talking about how every time the government tries to consolidate money for themselves, um, at the it puts the people at risk at that point. But look at this. This was this year. Silk Road Bitcoins worth over $1 billion are target of US. This is Bloomberg. This is a global outlet for like money news. They're typically unbiased as far as I know. And if you looked what CNBC said, they said, oh, the Bitcoin that the US seized it. They have it. They said it like if they had it already. I'm not talking
Because
science.
this Silk Road is that website that a few years ago you used to go on Silk Road and you could get guns, you could get cocaine, you could get I remember people on the black market, they would use their bitcoins and they would go buy any kind of things that you can't buy in any online store. It was Silk Road was the website where you could go buy illegal things. And it
It
was
was it was a
Yeah, yeah. I seen
decentralized
that.
market. So
right.
it was something like people are always going to go. This was back in 2017 that you're talking about. Oh shoot, what happened? Sorry. This was back in 27. I don't know why it's doing that.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Holla.
But that was back in 2017.
With like strobe light.
That's scary. That was back in 2017 when the FBI first closed down that Silk
And
Road.
they went
They
to
did that.
prison for life.
Boy.
The
Boy.
guy who was
They were gonna
supposedly in charge of it, who they
Yep,
think
they was
because
like,
he had
we're
the
gonna
money.
make an example of this man because they're scared of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's why they want it because
Cryptocurrency.
what always happens is people will gravitate towards a non politicized, a non what is it called when other people try to control your money? Like that's why gold was threat what that's why the US fiat was threatened by gold because US fiat can control gold. If people decide to use gold, there's nothing they can do about it. People just not going to use the US fiat. So that's why they had to enforce their authority into forcing everybody to using these different currencies of these different countries.
Yeah, and gold is just kind of big and bulky sometimes, or
Yeah, and
Big
that's
and
what the
bulky.
scale. That's why gold isn't really to scale. That's why banks were made in the first place because you can't. What if you wanted to buy a house in the next country over?
What?
You can't just take all of your
Wait.
gold worth of that money and take it over there and give it to them. Like it's really hard to do that. So that's why banks came about in the first place. But once
yeah,
you get a central area, that's when the people are like, "Ooh, I can make more money off this. I can charge people for this. Let's start like." Making a IOU based off of the gold that I have here, and we still have the gold. We have the money.
yep.
Like y'all gotta
All that
trust us.
matters is trust, and that's the thing with Bitcoin.
It has no trust.
Bitcoin.
It's
It
an absolute law of
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's crazy. It's like before I even knew what Bitcoin was, I heard about it on movies, and they're like, "I accept Bitcoin," and I'm like, "What is Bitcoin?" But it was going around, for a while on TV. That's the thing. Movies, they hint at things that's going on in the world or what's really going on, like with their
You
plan, the
have another
government
comment,
plan.
and I'm gonna show you. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you,
it's
but I
alright. It's alright. Shoot, it's
one
conversation.
global coin. We
One
have
global coin.
well, there's a lot of big religions that don't want that. But as far as like the Bitcoin standard is talking about, which this is the book that we're talking about right now, what it's like Bitcoin is better than gold, right? We had the gold standard and now we can move on to the Bitcoin standard because if everybody adopts Bitcoin, there's not enough network power to run all of the day-to-day transactions that Bitcoin needs because proof of work is so labor intensive, which is what secures the whole network, which is why people like it, because you don't have third parties butting in on oh, what are you buying? Oh, well, you got extra
Mm,
money, I need a piece of that. So the FBI seen that. This was back in 2017. It finally calmed down, guys. This is when they seized all that millions worth of Bitcoin. That was back then. That was 2017. Imagine how much it is now. But that was, what did I say, guys? 2017 was the all-time high. And
yeah.
what happened? The FBI 2017 seizes Bitcoin. So what it means when they seize it, they don't have access to it, you guys. If they don't have the keys, they don't have that money. They're just holding it like they just froze the account. That's all they can do. They don't have that money. You know what that does? That makes it more profitable for us. So for jokes on them, all I gotta say.
Joke
yeah,
on
and
you,
they can try to
haha.
hack it. They can try
What?
all they with all their powerful might. They can try to hack it, but mm, good luck.
Look, it was right here. It says they had the current price when they seized it was $140 per Bitcoin. You guys, how much money is that worth now?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, look. Had sales of 9.5 million Bitcoin. That's what the Silk Road had going on for it because it's decentralized. So in and of itself being decentralized, yeah, that's what we want. That's why people are going to Bitcoin, right? But as far as people are saying, oh,
I
Bitcoin's
wish
for
we could
criminals.
write. I wish we could. I don't know if I should say this online, but I'm like, I wish we could write to Ross Ulbricht.
The guy, in jail over it.
Yeah. And be like, yo, dog, you would have been like so rich.
He is rich.
Like, I think he
If
knows
he's
that
got gun
too.
keys in his head, he is rich. He's one of the richest guys in jail. That he's got the keys to that account.
Hey, he ain't even in jail. He at home in jail. Where they like
Yeah,
got you
yeah.
covered. Good. You want to play
They
tennis?
trying
All
to
right,
treat him
let's
right.
go.
They trying to get them keys out of him.
how did the one global coin come up in discussion? What was
Because
the
Bitcoin is like the standard, right? So like if everybody used gold would have been considered, the one coin, the one world coin.
and
And
then
like
you brought up religion, like Christianity. Is it opposed to one global coin because it's kind of opposed to one global anything, right?
yeah, so like that's just one of the things. Like
It's the mark of the beast.
it's one of the signs. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
just
why
like the
I just
microchip.
said it. Yeah, in general, just like
Yeah, what
major
about that
religions
chip?
don't like
I heard
that.
about that chip.
Yeah, did you hear me talking about that chip from Tesla? Well, not Tesla, but what's his name? Elon Musk.
Yeah, the
He
Neuralink.
Yeah, he had put a freaking chip in some pigs, and he says that we are this close to being able to telepathically send text messages. And then Shelly, remember I sent you that YouTube video with the
Yeah, with the
inside the
girl.
crypto kingdom, and the
She
girl,
told him with her third eye.
yeah, that girl was moving that little cart with her
With
mind.
frequency, with the frequency.
Yeah, with her
Yeah,
mind
that's
frequency.
crazy. New
And
world.
she was saying, like, in the future with this blockchain technology, if it's used in the wrong hands, it's capable of implanting memories, implanting thoughts,
Bro, I'm
implanting,
telling you,
certain things
movies
like that.
been playing this.
If you put any, do not
Movies
put no
do that.
microchips in your head, y'all.
No, no, I ain't taking no type of chip. I'm good. Like movies, they show you that they make
What
movies
about
about this
this?
crazy stuff
What about this
in the future.
vaccine?
Yeah, the vaccine, I'm good. Like
Yeah,
the
I'm good.
vaccine and the
I
chip.
ain't getting no vaccine.
Y'all
I'm gonna stay
let me know
home
how
in
that
my
works,
house.
cause I hope the best for y'all. But
Yeah, I've been told by some pretty good people, wise people, don't take that vaccine, y'all.
Leon was told too, and they just because about the vaccine, but that thing's I don't know, like. Once Biden got elected, now there's a vaccine. Like, come on, a 90% what effective vaccine. That's what they said. Yeah, also I was like, oh word, like now we got
It's
a
like they're
vaccine.
throwing out all kinds of numbers because I heard like you
They're
gotta
like,
do
yo, the
two
percentage is
rounds,
90%.
you
Like
gotta do
like
two
the
rounds of shots, and then it's only like 70% or 65%
yeah,
effective.
they were saying like different percentages, and I'm like, are they different vaccines or is this like? Because I know there's these different
It is.
companies
There's
that
several
look
different
at
ones.
these vaccines and they're like get their take on it. They give like what they experimented, you know, like it's
And
crazy.
apparently, the way that vaccines work is that they give you, I mean, I'm not no doctor, but basically they put the actual virus in your body, and that way that
So
your body
you
can,
build antibodies. That's
it-
the yeah. They put a
yeah.
Other people
dormant
get
form
sick when
of
they
the
get the
virus.
flu
That's how
shot.
the
Some
flu
people
shot
get
works.
sick. Some people
Yeah.
get sick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
so they have
the flu shot is.
symptoms, side effects of this vaccine, but I'm just concerned about what else, what's the real purpose of the vaccine? Like, I'm kind of freaked out because I don't trust nothing going on right now. So
I know, right? Like I'm good. Like I'm gonna wait until 2020, whatever. Like see how
I'm
that goes.
staying. Yeah, I'm staying in my house. I ain't going
Yeah.
on no trips.
You seen that movie? They coming out with movies now where like the government is like you have to do this required scanning to see if you're affected or not. And if you are, they come break down your door and try to quarantine you or something like that. It was a movie. It's coming
That's
out
why I
on.
got Satoshi, and that's why I'm gonna.
You're like,
I
ain't
mean,
nobody getting in this house.
I'm gonna train him, but I ain't gonna train him that good.
Oh,
so that
he
he'll
gonna
still.
learn. He gonna train himself too. Like he gonna be like, ain't nobody gonna touch you. They
Yeah,
ain't
that's
gonna
what
walk
I'm
past that
saying.
doorstep.
I'm like, I'm gonna train him, but I'm gonna make
Little
sure
baby bully Satoshi.
what
Yes,
Little baby
Satoshi.
bully Satoshi. For the viewers
I
who
want
don't know,
Satoshi.
little baby bully
yeah,
Satoshi.
Remember that Satoshi at?
he's still in his crate. I probably
But
need to.
yeah, look, 2017 we saw that rise of Bitcoin, and the government seized it. And they said, then what? The FBI did an interview. They said, this is kind of new to us. We'll probably just liquidate them. You
Okay.
can't. You don't got the keys. It ain't yours to liquidate. And then
Ooh.
what do we see? 2020. This one is 2020, November 5th, 2020. They tried to
Yep.
seize more money from the Silk Road thing. That's when in 2020 we're seeing a rise again. See, this is even they're showing that 3-year high. See, this was back in 2017,
They're like,
and
man,
we're coming back up.
that
They said let's take
money.
more. Yeah, they're like, take our printed money. That's what we want. They know the deal.
Hell
That's why
no.
they try to hoard gold. That's why they're trying to hoard Bitcoin, because the people, it's people that put value on things, not governments. It's shown time and time again. That's
They're
why
like,
this
oh,
book
they
is
like
so
this.
good.
Let's get up on this. Oh, y'all want that? Okay, bet. Watch this.
See, look, Bitcoin haul of 1 billion on the move, possibly with Silk Road tie and stuff like that. That's when the government actually like this thing like the government tried to sue, right? Bitcoin ain't owned by anybody. It's not central. Who are you gonna sue? Not Satoshi Nakamoto. You gonna sue him? We don't even know
he
if that
he
guy's
ain't
alive
having that.
anymore. That's not even his
Toasty
real
ain't having
name.
that.
You can't sue them. It's not possible. All right. That's why Bitcoin is the standard, because Bitcoin has withstood the test of time and is way too far widespread and large for it to be hacked anymore. You know, like in order the downsides to Bitcoin are kind of impossible at this point in time, because one of the only ways, it says it in the book, if you get all the way to the end, it talks about how can you kill Bitcoin. One way is to own 51% of the network, which how much time and energy and everything would it take at this point with how widespread Bitcoin is? You know, maybe it was possible at the beginning, but there wasn't enough money in Bitcoin for people to be like, yeah, I'm going to ruin Bitcoin, right? People was just like, oh, that's just a bunch of nerd coins. Like, that's not worth it. But now that it's so widespread, it has the money, it's too big to own 51% of the network and to ruin it from that. So Bitcoin has withstood the test of time at this point, and that's why it's only going to
And the
get bigger.
only other threat to Bitcoin, I remember you mentioned, and they talk about it in the book a little bit, is quantum computing. But he said that Bitcoin is like quantum. Wait. Ethereum is quantum computing proof, right?
So a lot of the newer layers to Bitcoin are quantum resistant. I forget, dang, it was this one coin we talked about. We talked about it on a past live stream. I think
It
I
was
already
that
have it.
gold one, right?
Yes, the gold one that you're talking about. That gold one,
GSX?
they're being
Yeah,
built.
GSX.
GSX. They are being built with quantum resistance in
That
mind.
remind me, I gotta transfer mine to my ledger. Wait, that could be transferred to the ledger, right?
Yeah,
No?
it should be.
Yeah.
If your ledger, yeah,
If
you
my ledger
gotta just
has
check.
that on there, because I'm pretty sure you could put it in a wallet, one of the wallets, like if it can't
Right.
go on.
Because if you can't
Yeah.
put it in your ledger, then you can put it in a wallet that you can put in your name.
Yeah.
So
Word.
Is it this one?
GSX.
Oh.
But what's the website that you gotta go? I know it was on YouTube. Hold on, let me look at it because YouTube has the whole link and everything.
I know you shared it in our group chat.
It's this one.
You found it?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see right
But
now. 'Cause I'm on a different page, but
sorry. Yeah. Because there's people who's like, okay, well, gold was the standard. So, but that's what he talks about in the book. He kind of mentions how there's gonna be people who want a backed coin, right? So, like, remember we was laughing about in the Telegram, we was like, there's this coin that they're trying to be fiat backed.
That's insane.
Like, what are
That's
you
like that's
doing?
so backwards. Like what?
Like,
That person missed the
go
point.
back, try that again. No.
That person missed the point.
Like, right over the head.
Yeah, just no.
Like, did you
But
saw that?
but as for the
Like,
author of the book, his views is that even a gold backed coin, like he doesn't say it, but from his views, talking about like backed coins, backed currencies, it's like this gold is centralized kind of, and it's
And it's
also
backed by
not inflation proof. Gold
it's
is not
backed
inflation proof.
by it's backed by other metals too, other precious metals.
Yeah, but all of those metals, none of them, we can always harvest more gold. So you'll never really see too much growth in the coin, which that's just from the perspective of the book, what I'm saying.
Right.
But as far as the Apollo FinTech, these people, they're saying it's backed by that it's the first stable growth coin, is what they're calling it.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that coin to me is just dividends. Like
Yeah,
the fact that you can
payout.
pass it on,
yeah,
you can
that's
give it to your heirs in the future, you know. You can this is like a coin that's set up for people who are investor minded and they want to set up generational wealth.
for
It's
real.
it's
I
definitely
like that too. That's why I was like, what? That off in one coin is like, it's just crazy. But these certain coins have utility. Like why it's good to like look at these coins to figure out what their purpose is, because they all have a different type of purpose. And you catch on to it now while it's at a low price. When that thing does get picked up, you will be blessed, be lucky.
It's
You prepared.
amazing. I am so freaking bullishious when it comes to cryptocurrency. Like,
Right?
Yeah, and like that's what they talk in the book too. Is like this is kind of to scale, right? Because it's gonna the utility. That's what scale means. Can you use it in different things, right? So let's go back to Bitcoin, the book talking about. I'm looking at my notes here, guys. I wrote in there somewhere like enter XRP because Bitcoin is not to scale. Like I said, Bitcoin, the proof of work, which makes it secure and safe. It's also one of its downfalls is that it takes so much energy. Here I'm gonna hit y'all with some facts and figures real quick. Bitcoin has a hard cap of about 500,000 transactions a day. That's all it can handle.
that's not a lot.
Visa can do that in a couple seconds.
You know how
Yeah.
much XRP can do in like 3 seconds?
Right.
Exactly.
How much, Shelly?
Tell us, Shelly.
Was it like 15? Was it 1,500? I think was it 1,500 in 3 seconds?
Wow.
I wrote it down. Hold on, let me see.
You see, that's why like enter XRP, right? The interledger coin. That's why like they say
Like
Bitcoin
3
is not a
seconds,
scale.
not 30 minutes.
Yeah, Bitcoin
Not
takes
50
like a
minutes.
long
3
time.
seconds.
Yeah. So it is very slow.
But it was made to be that way. They knew that when they made it, you know.
Right.
So Visa, that's why XRP, Visa, they're centralized in nature. Visa is their servers, like they're akin to Fort Knox. You know how much money it costs to run that, to run the security, to run the servers, to run all this and that. Versus Bitcoin runs on a distributed network of people who volunteer and get a little bit of money in transaction fees, a little bit, right? Versus Visa charging you $5 just to take your own money out of your own bank account. You know?
Yeah, Ripple. It's at 1,500 transactions per second, and it's 3.86 settlement speed, and it's 0.000030 network transaction fee.
Exactly.
Imagine,
Like nothing.
Barely
that's
even
not no
one.
$10, no
Crypto
$5,
dust.
something. Like, come on.
Yep.
It's dust.
Dust.
Oh, this is some secret sauce too. Y'all gotta be like really listening to people. XRP, once once ECB, SBI, all these people, CBDCs, everything, all these letters and people who's getting paid money just to talk
All
about
these
money.
financial institutions.
Yeah, all these people.
Central banks.
Every time XRP is used, once we start using it for CBDC exchanges and stuff like that, a little bit of XRP is going to be destroyed. What does that mean? The value of our XRP will go up because of the scarcity. However, there is a little notch in there. That sounds super bullishious, but I would say also because XRP is centralized, Ripple could just decide, as a central governing body of XRP, they could just decide to make more. There's nowhere in XRP's code that says we can't make no more. Bitcoin, 21 billion, that's it. That's it. That's all there ever be. People who's lost their Bitcoin is gone. We can't ever get that back. It's not possible. So
Bitcoin.
Yep. That's why Bitcoin's the standard, right? So Visa being centralized, they could do 3,200 transactions a second. Bitcoin. Oh, I ruined it. I deleted something. Damn it. But for Bitcoin to be on that level, each block of Bitcoin would have to be 800 megabytes. And people just don't have that, being a distributed network, being like all three of us right here, say each of us had a node, each of us, the only requirements is for you to have, what is it, like 1 terabyte or something like that, something, I forget the requirements to have a block in the system, to help the Bitcoin economy. It's just not possible. Like it's coming to a point where you can have a Bitcoin block in your phone. Like that's how far phones are coming. But for us to have the same utility as Visa, a centralized network, it's just not possible, as far as like everybody would have to have this kind of space. And because proof of work is so labor intensive, it's just not really possible in the foreseeable future to have that big of a computing power just in the everyday person's computer. So
to me,
that's why
I think the best in cryptocurrency is yet to come.
Yes, that's why XRP, XLM. What's XLM, guys? Stellar seeing huge percentages. All right, which people don't know either. Stellar was actually kind of a XRP fork. People from XRP, they didn't agree with where it was going, so they went and made Stellar. So that's why they have similar utility as far as that. This is some secret sauce that
and
we're finding down 2 hours, guys.
It's just where they went in the code and they made it into a different coin. It's a different coding, just like a little bit of it is just a little different.
Yeah, like Bitcoin, some people didn't agree with, like, because Bitcoin is so immutable as far as like its laws. Like people don't want to change it. That's why they went to Bitcoin in the first place. So some people was like, no, we need to change it. We need to do this and that. Those people went and made Litecoin. And then they made Bitcoin Cash, and then they made Bitcoin Classic, and then they made this and this and this and this. That's what disagreements are. But Bitcoin has withstood the test of time. It was the first, in the book. He basically calls out all these people. He even calls out Ethereum. He says they're all just altcoins that will never live up to the Bitcoin standard. That's how he says it.
Yeah, he's diehard Bitcoin.
He is a staunch Bitcoinist. Like
Bitcoin, the trendsetter.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right. So this is one, we're like almost on 2 hours, guys. That's crazy. But what do y'all think? I kind of wanted to tell people about H-bar. Y'all heard about H-bar?
Fill me in. I seen it, haven't looked into it yet, but want to know what's up with that.
Let's look. Let me see where's my bookmark?
This is new to me.
This is secret sauce, guys. Don't ever say we never put y'all on, all right? This is Hedera, all right? Hedera hash graph. These are this is, you say Ethereum, or most people say Ethereum is Bitcoin 2.0. Hedera hash graph is Bitcoin 3.0.
Ooh, see what she did there?
Oh. So let's see. Hold up. This is just the login. Dang it! I wanted to go to the actual
Website.
Hedera. Oh wait, it was right there. Hedera.com. HBAR is the ticker that you can look it up. Like over here, CoinGecko. Look up. You can find it here. HBAR.
What is
There
this?
it is. Boom. Number 72.
Let's
HBAR.
look.
Look at that. It's been steady growing. Right now, it's at a price of, where's that price? 3 cents, guys. Come on, everybody.
Ooh, I need to
1,000
go get
coin
me some of
challenge.
that.
1,000 coin challenge. Let's go. You remember
Let's
when XRP was 3 cents,
go.
guys?
I'm gonna get a million.
That's a million coin challenge. Let's go. So coin economics white paper, hedera.com/hbar. This is where the network fuel, dual role of hbar, network protection. It goes into all of this. See, look, third generation. Bitcoin was the first. Ethereum was the second. HBAR is the next. Transactions per second. Look at this. See, look, Bitcoin is only 4 transactions per second. That's what we're talking about with a Visa. They could do 3,200 per second. But
Damn, 8 10,000.
Oh, and it's decentralized. If y'all ain't see.
And it's competitive with XRP, which XRP claims they're not competitive with nobody. But as far as how
Somebody always competing.
that's
You ain't competing,
that's
but
what moves
somebody
the free
competing
market,
with
guys.
you.
Competition, finality in
Ooh.
seconds. That means it's guaranteed. Predictable low fees. Like that's why everybody's bullish on XRP. This is just like from their testnet, I believe. This is just some things. Decentralized application. So they got that, they said that's what worked with Ethereum. So, we got that too. What you can stake. That means you can earn interest on your HBAR.
Dope.
Right? And then let me see. With tiny bar, that's cute. Shoot, I forgot where I was, but I was really going down the rabbit hole on this how it works, explorers, or like I forget, but it's basically like y'all just look into it. All of this stuff that's here, stuff that we've been talking about, HBAR is doing it. Governance, I don't know, but yeah, HBAR. Y'all get y'all some HBAR to put it onto your Ledger device, which is one of the safest ways. This last hack is just a notch in the Ledger's belt because it withstood it. Some dummy tried to hack Ledger, said I'm gonna take their money. There's no money. All right.
Spike, what'd you do? Nothing.
For real, like they probably lost money trying to hack and they didn't get nothing. So
like this is all we got. Like all we could do is send them emails. No.
So Hedera HDR, you have to make an account with them to get their stuff. To get their stuff. But yeah, see, you could get it on Ledger, and that's what I did. The Nano S and X, like the one you could win in our giveaway. Exodus wallet, Atomic wallet, I'm bullishious on those. They're really good. Exchanges and brokers where you can buy it after that. Binance, US is good.
Go right now in the description of this video. I'll even put it in the comments, and add yourself to our Bullishious Telegram chat. And you will just by adding yourself to our group chat and becoming a part of our Bullishious community, you will be entered to win this ledger by Christmas time. And also we're going to throw in $60 worth of XRP as a thank you for being a part of our community, for believing in us and believing in yourself. So get your hands on this just by adding yourself to the Telegram chat, and you will be entered to win this ledger and $60 worth of XRP. I'm not sure what happened to Lex.
Digital asset. It's like bumping on my phone. I'm like,
oh, that's right. He's anointed.
Anointed.
Anointed. All right,
Like
y'all.
that song be bumping though. I'll be like crypto, keep your
Digital
crypto.
assets. Digital assets. I don't know where Lex went, but she wanted to show us about Spark.
Yes. Where she go? Huh? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost done.
Collateral for the trustless
Yeah,
issuance of
hold on.
assets
Huh?
from non-Turing complete chains contributes to the Claire time series Oracle and network governance. Created by a utility fork of XRP. No ICO. No competing interests.
Oh, I think she just texted. She said that's
Wait.
why I wanted to plug H bar before I had to run. Oh, um,
Oh,
rest-
she had to use the bathroom. Sorry. Ooh, I didn't mean to put her out there like that. But yeah.
run up.
But yeah, H bar, dang, y'all, this is some really, really super duper bullishious information. And I hope that y'all take all of this information and I mean, just add yourself to our Telegram chat. Add yourself to our Telegram chat. Come on. We're waiting for you in there. We're just dying to help you because we know that a lot of this is kind of over it was over my head. It's been still like a lot of it is still over my head. And what we're doing in our malicious group chat, we are just we're available. We will take the time to walk you through all the steps of the process of getting your portfolio started, um, and even getting your ledgers going, getting your crypto into your ledger. Like Shelly is the one for that because she be sitting there working through all of the process of
I
that.
had to jump and put my I like once I saw that that cyber attack gonna happen. Once I heard it from the guy from W what was it WEF? Yeah, WEF, World Economic Forum. Once he said that there's going to be a crisis worse than the pandemic and it's going to be a cyber attack to get your crypto off the exchange for when that time does happen. Like, I went and did it real quick because I was like, they ain't going to take my everything that I've been waiting and holding on. Like, no, I'm going to put it on my ledger. Okay, go ahead. All right. I just take it out already. And my daddy want me to put on to him. He will put it. Okay. Thanks.
She going off.
Yeah, she said she took the stuff out of the jar and folded it. She said I'm doing
Oh,
yeah.
just cute. Just
But
cute.
yeah, so when that cyber attack happens, people gonna be freaking out because they gonna lose out their money, they lose out lost out. And I'd be really upset you know, if I was in that place. So I had to jump on it, even though I was in bed watching it. I hopped up, got my ledger, I was up for a little bit doing that
Mhm.
whole transfer and everything, but it was worth it because I'd rather be safe than sorry. So,
I know.
boom,
I have a lot of
You
stuff.
transferred what to your ledger?
my
Sorry.
crypto
Oh
off the
yeah, yeah,
exchanges.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's real, really real.
Like the thing
Yeah.
about exchanges is that they're centralized, right? So if your money's on an exchange, as much as they say it's safe, if they get hacked, that's a single point of failure and everybody can get hacked, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Yes, ma'am.
Happened before. It will
I wanted
happen
I
again.
wanted to show y'all too because they're talking about in the book, what is it? I seen this on YouTube. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's Bitcoin for criminal. It's funny. How much money, how much fiat is buried in the Mexican deserts under all the mountains right now? People still be using US money too. Money is money. People gonna use it how they want, right? Y'all done said that.
Money, money, money,
But
money.
on the can Bitcoin scale, that he was talking about, I didn't fully understand it, but I found some interesting things. He says you can scale Bitcoin using digital USB wallets. So these ledgers, some of them like Trezor is literally like a USB. It's just like a fat stick, and you just plug it in the computer, and you just like download the data onto it, right? Because Bitcoin at the end of the day is just data. It's just numbers. It's not there's no actual physical coins. But I wanted to show this to y'all. Let me see. Control click. That's what it's saying to do. Uh, how to store Bitcoin on a flash drive. Let me mute it.
Hey, no.
There's so many out there like this. You could get it for like you could get a USB for $5, less than $5, and there's people
That's what
out
man told
there.
me. He was like, why don't you just get a flash drive and put it on there? I'm like,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, people are doing that. Like,
I said, I got my ledger, my 24 words. Not everybody gonna just plug it up and
So
get
this
my
people
guy
are
crypto.
said,
putting all of their Bitcoin on flash drives?
yes, they're putting it. He said it took him like 3 hours to figure out all the information he needed off the internet to put it on there, and he did it. He shows you how he did it. So there's that one. I have like 3 of them, and I'll
But
add these into
anybody
the.
could, but if anybody gets that flash drive, they could just produce.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'd rather type in 24 words if it can.
Right? Yeah.
No.
But it's for people who don't have, that ledger money. Like ledgers are kind of expensive. A good
Which is
backup is a
why
copy of your wallet.
y'all need to
That's
come
good.
to the cryptocurrency community in the Telegram and get
Look
you
at that.
one free.
Look at that, guys.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? How to store Bitcoin on a USB stick.
I'm
Free
good.
open. Some people are using programs for it that's out there. And I'm just like, open source, that's like BitTorrent is open source, right?
Yeah,
How y'all used to download music back in the day? What
Can
y'all do?
you put your own key code to protect it?
I haven't looked at all of these, but I'm pretty sure you can password protect it. I mean, if it's just information, if you can put your Bitcoin on a USB, you could password protect it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That makes sense though, yeah, because I mean if you could protect it, it's the same thing. It just has a different packaging, you know?
I
yeah,
mean, each their
exactly.
own. Each their own.
Yeah,
I'm doing
people who
my
know computers and know all that kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
they
But the
know
thing
how to
is,
do that.
I prefer my ledger because it has an app. I like how nice this looks. Me, I'm a little bougie. I don't know I don't know if y'all
Exactly.
know this little bougie, but
It's the
I
difference,
like
yeah,
it.
it's like the difference between like a Linux. Is that how you say those computers? Linux?
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah,
difference between that and a Mac, you know?
yeah.
It's just
So
user ability is, it's laid out for you on Ledger. It's easier. It's
there
user
was
friendly.
this one that I was trying to find. It was so weird. You see all these things it tells you over here. I was just looking up random stuff, and it was a cool looking USB. Like it looked like this, and it was all clear. And it was like, why everybody needs to use this? And so I don't really understand how that scales Bitcoin, but it's as far as like your USB. It makes it a it scales Bitcoin because dang it, I just lost that train of thought because it's just so kind of obscure to me. But I just thought that was funny that people was doing that.
It's cool. It makes sense because people who understand computers, they're gonna know how to figure out to do those things. So I'm not on that level yet, but
I like that my ledger has an app and like I can find it on my ledger live on my computer, and it shows me like a pretty chart of like my money going up. I like it. It tracks it
yeah.
real time.
I know my ledger
yeah,
live.
it's great for a beginner. I don't know. That
Yeah.
stuff is like that's like people who have been into this and
That's
know
people who trust
computers.
their own skills.
Yeah, that they ain't gonna lose their own freaking. They probably gotta update all the time on their own. They probably gotta do all that on their own. You know.
And in like the past 2 weeks or so that I've not even 2 weeks that I've had this new computer. This is the first time I'm streaming on a new computer, guys. But I've had to update Ledger Live like 2 times already.
But they provide the updates for you. All you got to do is click a button.
Yeah. Yep.
Whereas if you do it on your own USB, you're gonna have to like understand it's gonna be updated. You gotta figure out how to do the updates. You gotta like code all that and yeah.
And like some people say, okay, so some of the downsides, like obviously you can't make a book about Bitcoin without talking about, you know, the downsides and stuff like that. Like he's talking about how can you shut down Bitcoin? Well, one, we talked about you gotta own like the majority of the system, which is over 50%. You have to have 51% or more of the system. But another way is if you just destroy the internet. Like it's
Which is
crazy stuff like that. Like if you just
yeah, you have to shut
shut down
down
the
like
entire
every
internet.
internet. You have to get rid of every single computer in the world.
And you
And
know what? I thought it was so funny. It's like, you know what? Even if they did that, I don't think it'll work because I'm pretty sure Elon Musk got a copy, got a node up there in his satellite. He's got a backup.
yeah, it's pretty much impossible at this point.
Yeah, like it's too much of a beast at this point to stop it. It's the only way is to get everybody to take all of their money out. The only way Bitcoin lives and breathes is if people's using it, is if people has it, is if people owns it and still believe in it. And there's always gonna be people out there like that.
Yes. I think it's time to wrap up.
Digital assets on your crypto. My bad. That song stuck in my head.
Yeah, so we gonna
On your
close it out. But this was an awesome episode, and I really enjoy the last episode of the month doing the book club. And we're gonna have to decide what
First book club.
if anybody has any ideas on what book they would like to read, we already have a list of books that we plan on reading. But if anybody has any suggestions, please drop them in the comments, and we will get to those. And if you know what was
there you go, the first one right there.
This one?
Boom. Yep.
DJ Nisu, shout out.
Yo.
Can y'all hear it?
Shout out to Anointed and DJ Nisu. How you say it?
Enter to win this ledger and $60 worth of XRP right now. Come on.
Can y'all hear it?
No, you gotta turn the audio on for your stuff that you share on your screen sharing.
I don't hear it, but I know how it's going. I feel like,
oh dang, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it. Digital speaker.
You gotta go to your settings and
I'm on audio.
Oh,
put it on.
When it says the screen share, there's like a thing down there. You click and it says what did it say?
How did you find it? What did you search?
DJ Nisu.
Follow these steps.
Fiat to digital.
Okay, I see now.
Our boy Noi got the vocals on DJ Nisu's song. You got it, Stephanie?
I was trying to, but I can't find it. What is it's digital assets? DJ who? How do you spell his name?
Naisu.
I got y'all. Can y'all see?
Okay. Let me share. We'll leave y'all with this song, y'all.
Yeah, we'll let y'all chill out to this song.
Oh shoot. Share audio. Share.
Boom.
Yeah, that top one. There it is.
You see the money. That's the thing, bro. Niggas, the money.
This is Satoshi's daddy.
They stare at the money.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he got a big head.
Digital assets, digital assets, digital assets, digital assets. Own your crypto, own your assets, own your assets, own your digital assets. Digital I need a digital cash. See your Snapchat. There's a digital he's out of the game. None of these fucking my lane.
Oh.
Cinderella, she coming in with a chopper. I'm coming in with a rudder.
Get out my
the peso. Yeah. I'm making cheese and bringing the queso. Yeah. Singing that bitch, I feel like Quavo. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm just flipping the bricks like Legos. Yeah. They're on the gun and look like potatoes. Gotta get
No,
major.
shut it down, John.
Be at the digital. Be at the
Be at the digital.
Be at the digital.
Sounds like Lisa.
Own your assets. Own your
Cryptocurrency.
assets. Own your assets. Own your assets. Be at the crypto. Be at the crypto. Be at the crypto. Be at the crypto.
This just be a whole bump because we on that crypto wave. It's just like
digital assets.
boom.
Digital assets.
Hey, Steph, put this one on. I just sent the link in the chat.
Okay.
We're just trying to put y'all on because this a culture, this a movement. It's Bullishious. We just
With
want
some
to end
crypto music.
What chat?
in the OBS chat.
What's an OBS chat?
Streaming or StreamYard. Do you see it, Shelly? It's in the StreamYard chat.
I don't see it.
I see it. Right there, private chat.
Oh, private chat. Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh yeah, the OBS look different on your side. That's right.
Fiat the crypto. Fiat the crypto. Fiat the crypto.
My boy CKJ, Bullish Network. He put me onto this song. Oh my gosh, it's so I like it. It's by
CKJ.
XRP. Yeah, he be playing Lady E over here. That's what this link is for.
There's no need to fear. What's he say?
Which one is it?
Oh shoot, go. It's on. He linked it in that video. Dang it. Do that one. That one.
You didn't even do. Yeah,
I don't know why it's not.
This one?
It's called Stuff in Bags by Lady E.
Stuff in bags.
Yeah, by Lady E. Yeah, Moonshot One. There it is.
I get bags every day.
XRP bags. Hey.
Hey, look at him, babe.
Every day, scooping those, 'cause I know.
Shout out to Lady E.
I don't slide foolish, only speak the truth.
Oh, that's
Y'all
a
know how we
buffalo
do
run.
it. Rocket ship, shoot that moonshot, hoping. Ripple dropping on you, scooping. Giving back my cup, overflowing. Like a ghost, it go unnoticed. It's a 3-year delta when we blow. It will melt you 3, 2, 1. I hold the alpha held strong. You a doubter, now we gone. It don't matter, heard the chatter. Now your face melted batter. Now we up, metal bats, swinging batters out the park. Welcome light to the dark. Flip the switch in the heart. With them drops, watch it spark. Taking off, watch it charts on point. Hit the dark, extra mark. It's that art. Get bags, holding hard. I get bags every day. I don't play, I don't got no time for games. Stuffing bags every day. Scooping those, 'cause I know we gon' go out the ozone and take the throne.
I'm working like a clockwork, stuffing bags non-stop. There is no tomorrow. If you haven't yet, daddy, you will be in sorrow. Professing my love for crypto in my lingo. Mabuhay sa inyong lahat, kamusta na kayo? Mahinig mabuhay para rito sa inyo.
Baluba.
Don't be blinded by the voice in your mind. Aligning, tuning in from within will lead you right. My eyes is on the prize. No need to check it twice. Never cry about seeing demise. Always waking up with love and gratitude. Investing self in bags. Yup, that's my attitude.
I get bags every day. I don't play, I don't got no time for games. Stuffing bags every day. Scooping those, 'cause I know we gon' blow out the ozone and take the throne. Too many bags don't mean to find it. Leave it out the talent when we launch my supersonic. I told you about it, you ain't want it. You went demonic. To the moon, beyond it, to the infinite. We getting it. Fifth gear, we shifting it. Watch us, we make history. Disintegrate
All
your
right.
misery.
Okay
We up on that
then.
mission. This was told like history.
I'm on live still.
Disappear
But
like
we closing out
mystery.
though.
Too much Haiti listerine. You stuck inside them little leaks. Watch your mouth. Literally, I'm dropping bombs, sizzling. Whole squad,
Oh.
Byzantine. New world, live your dreams. Waking up, you chivalry. We on the
You
moon,
still down to get
whistling. I told
puppy
you
tonight
what's
if
gonna
you want me
happen
to bring him
in
over?
the biggest thing. Went from nothing, now we floating like we grew some roots.
He
I
wasn't
get
planning
bags
on it.
every day. I don't play, I don't got no time for games. Stuffing bags every day,
We
scooping
had him for a
those.
while.
'Cause I know we gon'
So
blow out the old songs.
we had him for
Alrighty, y'all.
Sunday. We had him for a
See y'all
while.
here next week.
I thought he was
I don't fear mongers.
being
Grab
prepared.
your future is the only thing I'm gonna conquer. I heard your soul is weak. Don't stay asleep.
See y'all next week, y'all. Thanks for coming,
I
chilling.
did some soul searching. Really grateful
It's
that I found
Bullishious,
out
because
how the feelings
guarantee
rise.
you there's gonna be
I
a lot more
succeeded,
news
thrown and
within this
shield,
past
voice
week,
that's
like every
crazy.
other week. So
Acting foolish, always
it's
running
Bullishious.
forms with my strong
Add yourself to the chat.
bullish, crypto kings and queens.
I like this song.
I get bags every day. I don't play. I don't got no time for games. Stuffing bags every day. Scooping those. 'Cause I know we gon' blow out the old songs and take the throne.
Oh, it's a bump. Like we bump into these crypto because we on that way. We gonna be out here to the moon.
To the moon. When moon.
This space music right here. Moon music.
Yeah, we don't let
We moon
it.
people.
Moon music. Bye bye.
Later.
This guy OBZX, he says, "Nice channel. You got me wiser." And then he says, "Bye bye, bye
Bye bye.
bye OBZX. Thanks for coming. Come back next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. It was great having you.
Oh, yeah, I was on FaceTime. All right, Mike. Oh, yeah. So, all right, yeah. See y'all.
Peace.